Yo, 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 what's up, bitches? Episode 18 of Thors-Kin podcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Find a seat, casually, just find a seat, make yourself comfortable, and sit down and relax for the show. How's it going? I'm Alex, with my glamorous co-host, as usual, Jimmy.
Afternoon, or morning, or evening. Christ, why do time zonings exist? It makes it really difficult to do introductions. Good general time of day, people. How's it going? You okay?
I'm good. It's been a strange week. We've had all that snow in the UK.
Yeah, we've had crazy amounts of snow here. I kind of just wanted to say a random thing. I completely forgot. I meant to say I'd do this before the podcast. Obviously, we've had loads and loads of snow here, haven't we? It's absolutely crazy. How fucking weird is it? What's going on in America at the moment? They've got wildfires.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? It's fire and ice. It's like Game of Thrones.
So weird. But yeah, I kind of but I know people from Twitter and stuff like that who are in those areas. So if you are caught up in all that shit, 'cause it looks crazy as hell. Stay safe. Get yourself hightailed the hell out of there, because it looks pretty horrendous. I'd rather have snow than wildfires. So yeah, anyone in that area, if you do happen to listen, not that you would be at the moment anyway, but yeah, keep yourselves and your families safe.
And the thing is, in comparison to the UK, they're having wildfires at the moment, and they're like, "We're okay. We saved as many as we could. We're going to be brave. We have a day of snow," and the UK's like, "Oh my god, I can't drive to the shop."
Do you know what? I went to I can't remember where it was, but I went to get some basic stuff yesterday, because we were just generally out. There was, those little loaves of bread that are like the midget loaves.
Yeah.
Like, there was 3 midget loaves of bread on there. There was, I think, 2 little midget things of sorry, I'm being so offensive here, but I don't really care. There was, I think, 2 little midget pints of Coke, milk on the side, and there was nothing else in there. People had been panic buying in 6-7 inches of snow. It's like, the world is not ending, people. You don't need to panic buy. Like, if it was volcanic ash, then fair enough. But it's snow.
It did get me panicked, though. I mean, we went for, the usual thing you do when you wake up in the morning and you see it snowing, especially when you got a little one. You're like, let's go on an adventure. Let's go for a walk. And we were going to walk to the park around the corner and, throw snowballs and do it. Because it's Timmy's first time seeing snow.
Yeah.
So we made it around the corner. And it was that heavy, and it was that coming at you that fast. We literally turned around and come back, because Timmy was going all kinds of purple. That's my little boy, by the way. He's going all kinds of purple and weird colors. So we were like, yeah, let's just go back. It's not worth it. Not worth getting a cold for. So we went back. We made the most evil look. I'm going to put a picture on Thors-Kin of our snowman. I think it represents our podcast as well in a certain way, because it's just the smallest, weirdest looking snowman you've ever fucking conceived.
So I heard on... Oh, go on.
Go on. So what are you going to say?
I heard on the news this morning, some fancy office somewhere, someone's been charged because they made a snowman, and the snowman was holding an RPG, and they'd written in the snow, "Wishing you an explosive Christmas." I was like, fuck.
Can you imagine, though, right? Because at the moment they're going on about there's a lot of councils being really funny about people throwing cigarette dog ends on the floor and rubbish and stuff, and they'll fine you £70. So imagine if you make a snowman, put a scarf and a hat on there, and you get fined for littering. Could you imagine? Cunts. I can see it. But yeah, it's been snowy. I'm never proud of the UK when we have snow, because all I did was hear ambulances and police cars and sirens all day yesterday, because I had to walk to the shop to get a few things.
It's because people can't drive in snow. It's like, just go slow, don't brake hard, and you'll be fine. Yet people just carry on. When will you learn to turn your fucking phone off? People just carry on driving like normal, and then they end up crashing and causing a problem for everyone. But no, you are right. The UK in snow, we can't handle it. 2 inches, and we're like,
Canada's like, it's halfway up a house, but we'll be okay. It's all right.
Oh, sorry, I appear to have built my house there. Sorry, eh?
That's South African.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a little. Yeah.
So a bit of housekeeping. I wanted to, from now on, every week, just trying to get any sort of facts about SuperHero Barfight, about whether we got it right or what people's thoughts were. So I have been going around sort of Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, things like that, trying to get out what people thought, and I think we got it right. We kind of got it right, that Ant-Man would win. But this is for our SuperHero Barfight from last week, by the way. We had Ant-Man versus Earthworm Jim. We talked about it, and we put down that Ant-Man would win by making Jim's suit explode, and then Pete the dog would come up behind Scott Lang on a winter's morning whilst he sat fishing or something and just rip him to pieces. Yeah, that was the consensus. But I think the difference being is if it was a Hank Pym Ant-Man, who was the Ant-Man before Scott Lang. If it was Hank Pym who was trained in combat, it wouldn't even be a competition. It would just be he'd just be gone in seconds, like a putty out of Power Rangers. You know what I mean? Like, so
yeah. To be perfectly honest, it was Earthworm Jim. It's like putting the Teletubbies against fucking Scarface. It's and there's our main event.
Yeah, but like, yeah, it was. How good was it to like even talk about Earthworm Jim again? Though he was one of my favorite characters as a kid. So yeah, I was happy just for that. This week I was going to go and talk on about the big trailer of the week, but I'm going to talk about what I've been doing, movie-wise, TV-wise. And I finally finished The Punisher. Did you finish it yet?
No, I haven't gone back to it. I've watched 3 episodes still. No. Probably a few more than that. But there's been so much. I've kind of I managed to convince my other half to get into Designated Survivor. So I've had to restart all that, which I don't mind. But I've been rewatching all of that recently rather than actually finishing off other things. But anyway,
which is forgivable. You got to do that for loved ones, haven't you? I've done that before.
Yeah,
I did that with Sneaky Pete. I watched all of it, and told my wife how good it was, and then we went back and watched it again. It was really good. Anyway, so. Yeah, I was really unfair when I first saw the trailer. I remember me going on a rant how it's like fucking John Wick. It's just he's sucking John Wick's dick. I was just depressed Punisher hitting shit out of a sledgehammer. It was brilliant. I absolutely loved it. People have really given it some shit. I think it's probably one of the best sort of Marvel Netflix shows out there. I'll put it probably second to Daredevil. That's how good I like it. Yeah. Because it wasn't like your typical Punisher movie, you see he has a tree of bad guys and he's got to get to the top of the tree by killing all the people. It was similar. It was like that, but there was a lot of backstory and there's a lot of, at times it was hard to watch because you could see how much Frank Castle was hurting. Yeah. It'd always start off with some vision of him missing his family and stuff, and they'd just add some horrific thing that would happen to his family in front of him, and he'd just wake up screaming and shit, because ultimately PTSD is a real thing. I know people that have suffered from it, and I really think that John Bernthal he kind of portrays that with the symptoms, the way his typical Bernthal rage that he does.
He kind of acts like he's got PTSD anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like he has that kind of his little facial quirks and stuff like that. Yeah, he was the same in Walking Dead. Like he just plays himself almost.
Yeah, I suppose. He's the hard guy, alpha male character, isn't he? That walks sort of like he's got a fucking wheelbarrow between his legs, But I thought he played a really good part. But I don't think he was the best. I don't think he was the best actor there. There was a couple that I picked up. One was Daniel Webber. I don't know if you're too far into it yet. And I'm not going to add any spoilers. But Daniel Webber plays the young vet called Lewis. They have the group therapy session for expats, ex-vet. Fuck's sake.
Ex-veterans. Yeah, I know who you're on about. I've got to that point. Yeah.
Well, his story develops throughout the series, and all I can say is like his performance blew me away. He was, as his character develops through the series, he is really good at that kind of character that breaks down. Like, you know, when you see people crying in soaps and things like that, and you think, okay, it's sad, but, you know, this guy actually made me feel for him, you know, and it was really sad to see. And but it was also brilliant work on his behalf to be able to do that on such a convincing level. I don't know if he's going to go on. He was a ex-Home and Away. Home and Away always popped up with Australia.
Away. I remember when that was actually big.
I know. I used to watch it as a kid. My wife watches it religiously. She loves it. Chris Hemsworth's her hero just because of that. But we've seen a lot of people coming from Home and Away, haven't we? Like all these big people. So
yeah, it's because that's their Australia's only source of like fame. That's why it's like if you're on Home and Away, you're actually talented. Therefore, you're going to end up moving past Home and Away. It's like their actual like their ticket office out of Australia. It's like you going through that door, mate. Let's face it.
Unless you're Chris Hemsworth and you just look great and you can say what the fuck you want and people are going to love you anyway. And then the next one was Ben Barnes, who plays Billy Russo. He was in Westworld. Did you watch Westworld, by the way? Oh, God. Put that on your to-watch list. I know you got so much to watch, but that is it's up there with one of the greatest series recently. And he was kind of a bad guy asshole in Westworld as well. And he's a bad guy in Punisher as well. That's a little spoiler, but it's not too much. I mean, like, if you know the comic books, you know Billy Russo is a bad guy for the Punisher. Anyway, he makes you hate him so much with such a flawless effort like that. I think he's got a great talent. I really do think he's going to go on and do good things in Hollywood because it's twice now he's played a protagonist and twice he's made me hate him. So
yeah,
he's a good bad guy.
Yeah, that's always good. Always good if you can hate the bad guy.
But you know what? My only like thing that pissed me off of it is the same thing that pisses me off of all those Netflix Marvel things is they don't throw another one of the characters in. I mean, even for one episode, like, you know, they do with the Avengers every now and again. You'll see, like, you know, even in Thor: The Dark World, you'll see Captain America running along. Loki pretends to be you know, how good would it have been if, like, Frank is in a situation where he's like, he's surrounded, he's about to be shot to shit, and then Luke Cage just jump and catch a load of bullets for him and get him out of there, tell him he's a prick and fuck up. Like, that would get such a rise from the audience. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to understand that. I mean, I know we've had the big Defenders thing recently, and people are probably fed up with that, but it would have just been nice for one episode just to see someone help him out, you know.
You are right, because the best bits in the second season of Daredevil was when there was two characters, one being Punisher, were on screen going at it in some way, whether it was an argument, whether it was a fight, whether it was just them sat down by a gravestone talking it out. They were the best bits. So it's like people don't care. They do because it's a TV show and like a character is a character. If it's good, it's good. So people do care about the random nobodies, but they want the main people. So you are right. If they had like moments like that, it would be so much better.
They had Karen Page in it from Daredevil, but she's a fucking annoying character, if I'm honest. Like, I know she's got to be there. She's the main Daredevil character, and you had Rosario Dawson, who was the night nurse in between all the other like Defenders programs. So there was a link in a way, but I just wanted to see fucking Luke Cage or Iron Fist just come and help him out or something, you know, or even chase him down or something, you know. I don't know. I think they need to work on that. I think that would make it so much better.
Well, they're not gonna be, so they ain't working on anything.
Well, I don't know. We'll talk about this in a minute. I've got that saved, the Disney Fox thing. But the other Netflix show, I remember last week I said I was going to try and do a bit on The Dark. I was going to watch it and then review it. I couldn't finish one episode.
Really that bad?
It's really bad. It's really bad. And I really wanted to like it because, you know, from the trailer, it looks very similar to Stranger Things. And I did say it's like a German version of Stranger Things. So I'll put it on, right? Okay, it's in German with subtitles, or you've got the dodgy American dubbing version of it. And I wanted to watch it in German because I don't care what language it is. Like, if it's some subtitles, I find it quite intriguing. It's like reading a moving book. You know, you kind of get involved with the characters a bit more, and that's why I really wanted to like it. Pan's Labyrinth was brilliant for that. That's one of the first movies I ever watched with subtitles, and I absolutely loved it. I really fell in love with that movie. But it doesn't matter whether they're speaking German, Spanish, or Welsh. And I'll tell you why Welsh in a minute. The acting was just so bad, so fucking bad. Like, it was like a dodgy soap. And when I say dodgy soap, right, when I was in school, I grew up in Wales, right? And when I was in school, we used to have Welsh lessons, which I really didn't give a shit about. Okay, I mean, I was late on in life to go and start doing Welsh in school. I was never going to pick up the language, so I didn't give a shit. And sometimes on those days when they couldn't be asked teaching us anything, they'd pull out the big TV, you know, and they'd pull out the TV and they'd be like, whoa, and they'd put on a Welsh soap called Panther, and yeah, they make us watch that, and it reminded me of how awful that soap was. And I got a lot of Welsh friends that are going to give me shit for that because they probably really like it, but they're going to understand what I mean. But just the rattly scenery, the weird scenarios they play out, like, you know, mom getting everything ready for the kids for school whilst they're all chatting away. It just didn't seem. It didn't seem like Stranger Things was brilliant because of the nostalgia. It was great. The acting was great. They played the scenes so much better. But this didn't grab me at all. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't do it. And they all seem to have like blue lips as well. I don't know if you're ever going to watch this, and I would love for somebody to get back to me and like agree with me on this. They had blue lips. And I don't know if it's because they lived in fucking a cold part of Germany or if they had a slush puppy on set, but it really fucking annoyed me. So sort out the blue lips things on the dark, please, and the acting. And maybe it might...
the script writing.
The script writing, the dialogue, yeah, this was just awful. I mean, even for German, like, you know, so...
Yeah, stick to your cars.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was it for Netflix. I mean... I've just been watching a lot of Punisher, catching up on podcasts. I watched a Joe Rogan episode with Russell Brand. I don't know if you ever saw that.
No, I'd never watched that because I can't stand Russell Brand. I think he's he's just a knob. I'm trying to not swear as much, so apologies if I have to take a few minutes to think about what I'm going to say because I'm actually thinking about not saying the word cunt. But I said it now, so he's a cunt with a capital C. I just hate him. I really do. I just hate that guy so much. But yeah, he's. I think I'll probably get around to watching it because yeah, people are always different when they're around different people. So maybe that brought something out of him that you don't always get. But no, I've kind of just been. I've been catching up, like I say, with Designated Survivor. That is so awesome. I don't mind at all going back and watching those episodes again. But my biggest one is we're 6 days away from season 4 of The Ranch. And I don't know if you've ever watched The Ranch.
No.
But it's like the 70s show, but better. And it's just so fucking hilarious. It's so funny. But Danny Masterton, who is the... Ashton Kutcher's brother in it, he played Hyde in the 70s show. He's just been, had allegations put against him for raping 4 girls. So it's sounding like it's not just he had a cheeky touch. It sounds like it might be a bit of a serious one, and he's just been fired. So the new series isn't going to have him in, which I'm kind of gutted about. I don't know whether I'm more gutted about him not being on the show or whether I'm gutted about him doing that. So yeah,
fuck the rape allegations. Give me some comedy, bitch.
Yeah, it's just like I can still watch stuff knowing that you're a scumbag. But no, I get why they got to do it. But yeah, I don't know whether it's true or not or whatever, but yeah, I'm kind of gutted that this will be the last season with him in it because he's so funny in it. Is this another
Netflix original, by the way?
Yeah, Netflix make it. They basically got Ashton Kutcher and Danny to be the main characters. I don't know whether they've done all the writing for it or who does it all, but you've basically got what's his name? You've got Fez in there for, from season 2 onwards. You've got the mom in there for a cameo. You've got all these people making appearances in there.
No Mila Kunis.
No Mila Kunis. No, not yet. But I think that's probably a little bit to do with that Ashton Kutcher's got 2 other love interests in it. So it'd be a bit awkward for seeing as they're together in real life. So yeah, I don't think she'll be in there. Did they kind of get together after the 70s show then? Is it because of that?
Well, he was with Demi Moore, wasn't he, for a bit?
Oh shit, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
And he
anyway,
cheated on her, didn't he? He's known as a bit of a sleaze, isn't he? Ashton Kutcher. He's cheated on Demi Moore, and there's rumors of him cheating on Mila. Why the fuck you'd go out with someone like Mila Kunis and cheat on her? I have no idea, but I don't know if it's true. I mean, I'm not going to accuse him of that. I mean, this is what Hollywood. Fucking hell, shit.
I saw her in Bad Moms though the other day, and she looked like she was taking fucking crack. She looked gaunt as shit.
Really?
Yeah.
She's just had a baby, isn't she? So I don't know, but that was a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was ages ago.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she's hot, don't get me wrong, but I think she's just a bit weird looking at the same time.
Have you heard about the apparently they've confirmed, well, Edgar Wright's come around and confirmed that they're going to be making 2 sequels to Baby Driver.
Yes. Get in.
I mean, this is great. I mean, like, first of all, I want to just send a message out to people because, like, obviously, Baby Driver was Kevin Spacey's last big film before this shit came up, and it's getting a lot of shit. Like, there's a lot of memes going about, because there's a few catchphrases throughout the film which obviously don't help with Spacey's situation at all. So there's a lot of hate going around for Spacey through this movie. And I kind of just ask people to stop, like, because okay, I get it, Spacey's a fucking disgusting creature, but like, this movie is a work of art. I mean, like, from Edgar Wright's like vision to the acting, the soundtrack, the cars, the choreography, everything's brilliant about this movie, and I fucking hate all the shit that it's getting because of it, Yeah, and you know what? Yeah,
it was an awesome film.
It was great. And you know what? I'm a bit meh about a sequel. If they're going to make a sequel, fair enough. I mean, I don't give a shit, really. That movie was one of the best movies of the year for me. It's not going to change. If the sequel's shit, then the sequel's shit. For me, like, the best Fast and Furious movies were 1, 2, and 3. After that, they were all shit, but I still like those first 3. The shit sequels that followed didn't make me feel bad.
Tokyo Drift?
I loved Tokyo Drift. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was really good. Yeah.
Oh.
That's damn sight better than anything else they created afterwards anyway, that's for sure.
Jesus Christ.
No, they gave a bad taste in my mouth. I didn't like those movies at the end,
I just didn't get like a Texan going to Japan and being like, I have an IQ of 3 and I can drift. Right? It's like fucking it just did my head in. That whole character, the whole story, the whole thing was like, you just don't belong. It's like having a fucking omelette at a Chinese restaurant or steak and chips. Just no. Order fucking chow mein. Go there. Like, just they should have just gone all the way in. Like, I just pissed me off.
I just liked how they kind of interlinked it all towards the end. I thought it was really good. No, I liked that movie, and it was because I was still in love with the franchise. This is the whole point. Yeah. Okay, 1 and 2 were good movies. I was still in love with the franchise. 3 came out, and even though there weren't any of the main characters in there, I still loved the franchise enough to love this movie. Even like you said, it's a bit dodgy.
Do you know what they need to do?
What?
They need to have a Bad Boys and Fast and Furious crossover.
A Bad Boys, Fast and Furious, 21 Days, 21 Jump Street, Men in Black.
Yes.
Crossover. Let's do this.
What?
Shit,
you got Will Smith playing a cop and a fucking alien hunter.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. If they're gonna make it, it doesn't bother me. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
that's my thoughts on it. I mean,
right? Fuck's sake, can we please talk about Jurassic fucking Park?
Oh my fucking god, yes. Let's please.
Thank fuck. So, did you think? Okay, what was your general vibe when you watched it?
Meh.
I was as well, and then I watched it again, and then again, and then I watched it again before I sort of came on here with you, and I watched a breakdown of like slow-mo bits of all the bits that were missing and stuff. I kind of think that. Did you feel like you'd seen the whole film in the trailer?
I think they'd saved the best bits for the trailer, yeah.
Right, I think we might have just got like the start 20 minutes in the trailer. That's my theory.
Do you know what I think? I think it's this Warner Brothers, Fox kind of weird fucking all these old bastard executives sat around the table going, "We want an island to blow up. We want more dinosaurs. We want them falling into the ocean. Give us more." And it was just too much. Just a good story where people are getting killed by dinosaurs. That's all I want. Like.
Do you know what? I'd love a good story where it was Blue goes rogue and it's just hunting people down in like a horror film kind of way.
Yeah. I mean,
like Jurassic Park would be fine like that. It really, really would. But yeah, basically the island is blowing up. Star-Lord has to go back with the elf from The Hobbit and save all the dinosaurs. And for some reason, he's got a pet raptor. And the island's blowing up, and fucking the Grand Master is there in court this time. Apparently, he lost his powers on that planet that he was just in Thor Ragnarok. And basically, it's just typical Hollywood-looking bullshit, but it's Jurassic World, so it's allowed to be. So shut the fuck up, haters. Right, they kind of... Did you notice that it was lots of... In the same way the first film drew on loads of little cues out of the first film. Sorry, the first Jurassic World drew cues from the first film for that nostalgia thing. They did exactly the same with this. They recreated moments just in different ways. So I think it's going to be really just more of the same.
It's good to see Jeff Goldblum in it, and I think that's the link, isn't it, in between this and the old movies. Obviously, he's looking a bit grey now. But I mean, I loved this character in Jurassic Park and Jurassic Park 2. I thought he was just that kind of carefree, kind of pacifist, kind of let's just mosey on through life kind of character, and I like that. But I'd like to see him like Frank Castle style PTSD dinosaurs.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be you're going to either love him or hate him in this, because he is going to be the one trying to get everything left for dead, basically. And you're going to be rooting for Blue, and then Ian Malcolm is going to be like, no, let them all die. And then you're going to be, which do I prefer, Ian Malcolm or Blue? And of course the right answer is Ian Malcolm, because it's Jeff Goldblum. But you're not going to want Blue to die. So yeah, I think they're going to play like that scenario off each other, because he's not going to want them to live, not after that fucking T-Rex.
No. And did you notice Chris Pratt has gone a bit Chris Pine 2 years ago? He's gone a bit skinny and a bit gaunt looking. He doesn't look like how he was in the first movie, Anna and Guardians of the Galaxy as well. He lost a bit of weight. He'd gone a bit buff, and he's looking really kind of big, and you know, he just looks like he's trying too hard to lose weight. I don't know. I mean, that's what
you kind of do that when you've got to bulk up and then drop weight, and bulk up and drop weight, because you've got two characters that are different physiques. Like, it's gonna do that to you. Like, you can't fuck with your weight like that. Just in real life, I'm on about. You can't fuck with your weight like that and expect to just continue to look top of your game all the time. Do you think Blue's gonna die?
I couldn't give a shit. I want raptors to be raptors, evil, killing people. I don't want a raptor to be a Pokemon. Do you know what I mean?
Blue, I choose you.
I want to be, don't go into the long grass. I want all that shit. I don't want them to be friends. Like, I want. That's what you fear when you see a
Can
raptor.
You imagine that if they're at the top of the volcano, they're like, the director's like, right, we've got to use cues from the old films at the top of the volcano. No, don't go into the hot lava.
I just think they're trying to make it go over the top. Like, first of all, right, the first movie made a lot of fucking money because it had been away for so long, and people really wanted to watch what bring that nostalgic Jurassic Park feeling. I mean, Jurassic Park was a movie I'd go and watch with my dad at the cinema, and people wanted to relive that memory with that film, I think. And I just think this is going to be like, okay, it's another Jurassic Park movie. I don't think it's going to be a long-lasting franchise. That's what I'm going to say. I think it's going to make money, but nowhere near amount that Jurassic World made.
Yeah, I think it's obviously you're going to get a third one. They're not going to wrap it up here, just money-wise. But I don't think after this third one, it's going to be like The Hobbit. Once it's done, you're almost going to be glad that they didn't do any more. It's like, right, you kind of soiled what the original vision was for when they made them all those years back. You've had your attempt to do it with new technology. Kind of didn't work. Let's leave it there, shall we? I hope that it... Unless we're all shocked, or unless the third one comes out and it's like incredible, because I want Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, whatever it's called, to have legs. I want it to be this long-term thing. I just think that Hollywood at the moment, just as a CGI explosion type of machine, it just doesn't suit what Jurassic Park should be.
It's like, say with Warner Brothers at the moment, they're like pumping hundreds of millions of dollars into movies with all the CGI, A-list actors, the best this, the best that, and it taking so long to make, and then for them to flop, I just feel like they need to become a bit more creative, and this movie took like half the time to make that Jurassic World took. You remember we were waiting for years for Jurassic World.
Yeah.
This one's like, oh, we're going to do a sequel. I don't know if they were making it like straight afterwards because they knew this was going to be a success. But
I think that they shoot stuff kind of in a row, don't they? Like he'd have come off set of Jurassic Park 1, gone and done Guardians 2, and then gone straight into this again. Like it'll all be scheduled and whatever. But I kind of just think, why don't they just quit while they're ahead and just start doing Dino Crisis? Like, just put them in space, put, raptors and T-Rexes and Allosauruses on a spaceship in metal suits. And let's just
armor and lasers on their heads.
Let's just jump to the end point. Like, that's what's going to happen. They're going to be in space eventually.
You reckon?
Yeah. T-Rex
dinosaurs in space. Yeah. I just don't like. I'm not looking forward to another 2 hours of Claire Dearing, who.
I am.
She was just awful. Like running in high heels away from a T-Rex that can run at 45 miles an hour.
She had a 5-meter head start, Al. Come on.
She reminds me so much of Gwyneth Paltrow, and that's not very fair because like Gwyneth Paltrow's a bit of a cock. But that's nothing to say she's a bad actress. But she just reminds me of it. I look at her and I think, oh, she looks like Gwyneth Paltrow. She's a cunt, So.
Yeah, I'm happy with having another 2 hours of her on screen.
You like that, yeah? You like that, don't you, bitch? Just to quote South Park. Yeah, it's going to be good. I think I've just not going to be amazing. A bit like Guardians of the Galaxy 2. We all look forward to it. We go, we enjoy it, but it's not going to live long in the memory. That's my prediction for it.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I thought that was a fine film when I was watching it, but yeah, you're right. I kind of, because it didn't really impact anything outside of its own storyline. It was kind of just there to be there, so that they were doing something until they were needed in Avengers. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And I think it's a good segue because I think Universal do need to start upping their game, and Warner Brothers, because of the whole Disney Fox acquisition. Let's talk about this for a bit, shall we?
Yeah, we kind of already talked about it. I don't know whether it was last week or the week before or something, but yeah, Disney it's looking like it's
done.
Is it all done?
It's done, yeah. Apparently so. It's been done.
Oh, the last I heard was it's like 99% scheduled in, like it is going to be. So it's all complete.
Yeah, it's done. That's why I put that meme up. I made that meme of Disney by Fox, and then you got the execs going, "Let's do another Spidey remake," because I think that's.
God, if they do that, fuck me. Like they won't reboot Spidey. They'll get Tom Holland, and that'll be his couple of films that he gets to have. and he'll be in more of the Avengers and all of that kind of stuff. And like we were saying last week, how they're planning all those films, and I think they said that they're orientating more of the MCU around Spider-Man because he's the character that sells the most. That'll be him. Like Tom Holland is setting that now, I reckon. There's no reason to.
Okay, so what I did was like with this whole thing. I mean, I totally agree with you. I think the MCU is going to stay very, very, very much as it is for now. I mean, they're going to start incorporating characters because who the fuck wouldn't? If you got the right to put those characters in, do it.
Exactly.
But what I did was, I've listened to conversations, Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, the same old shit we already do. And what I did is I made a pros and cons list. Okay, I wasn't going to go out and be like, fuck you, or I'm going to be like, yeah, this is amazing. I'm going to look at things from an Alex point of view. Right? So I just thought, like, okay, so my problems with it, first of all, is Disney are now going to have control of a huge portion of whatever comes through cinemas now. Like, Fox make a lot. And we're not just talking about movies here either. We're talking about Family Guy. We're talking about all the things they create on there, you know. So they can now dictate the play. They can say, like, we're going to put our ticket prices up. We're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing that. And then others will have to follow, you know?
So on that, this is... I wouldn't get too worried about this being like a hostile takeover as much. What this will be is like having a qualification on your CV. It's a tick box of say, right, this is like we now have this huge mechanism that is already set up. It's already fully staffed, and they are publishers and distributors. All it is a hugely sort of well-oiled machine that is fully proven with a big market share of them to make their own system smoother. Like if they can stand to buy them and then earn the profits off that, Fox is still probably going to operate the same way as Fox has always operated. I bet you will see absolute zero difference in all of this, except the fact that it can now give them the rights to use certain characters in certain things. Because that alone, we were saying this, I think, last week, where Wolverine, right? How much does it cost them? Is it like something like 200 billion or 20 billion or something?
I haven't got the figures, I'm sorry.
Insane amount of money, anyway. All you'd need to do is put Wolverine as a character in the Avengers, and you've made part of your money back. It's like, if they use the things that they gain from this acquisition, if they use that in their top projects, like the things that actually bring the money in, that's it. They make their money back, and then they're left with having Fox doing what Fox does. Just being distributors.
One of my pros. My pros were a more complete MCU, great, and Wolverine versus Darth Maul, Wolverine versus the Family Guy chicken. Imagine that, Wolverine versus the chicken out of Family Guy, Wolverine versus Thanos, and the Star Wars original trilogy. They could force them to release that.
They could push them to release that.
Yeah, but again, we go back to my cons. It's like there's no going to be any sex in any movies anymore ever again, because Disney don't mind watching Punisher blowing the shit out of people and stabbing people multiple times in the chest, but the sex scenes, no nipple.
You're
no vagine.
No vagine. No vagine. You're reading far too much into it, dude. Like I say, Fox is still going to operate as Fox. There isn't some clean cut guy who is a secret fucking masochist at Disney, who has a swivelly chair with a long-haired white cat. It goes, so this is my evil plan. There isn't a guy like that who's just going to start putting all of their policies on this.
That doesn't describe anyone in Hollywood that's been reprimanded.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah. It isn't Mickey Mouse isn't going to start running Fox. Put it that way. It's not just going to be all fucking cartoons and Star Wars everywhere. They already have Star Wars is already as big as it's going to get. So is Marvel. So is Disney Classics. So is Pixar. So is everything that Disney do. All this is a purely business decision from them. Of it's good to have that as it's like having fucking hiring some person to come around because you're selling T-shirts, hiring someone to paying for it on Redbubble to do it, or then getting your own factory and your own lines of machines that make them all for you. It's a big investment, but long term you're going to start getting like the little tiny bits of the profits on that all the time. It's having that factory of T-shirt makers under their own roof. That's all it is. You got to remember, it's that Fox, all their stuff all films go through them. Like they're still going to be going through Fox. Is like, because people are just going to be calling. Well, they're going to be like, right, well, we need some way of a publisher and a distributor. Well, we need to contact them.
And Hulu as well. It plays in with the Hulu thing because Hulu, I think, from what I am aware of, and like obviously we don't get Hulu in the UK. Sorry, in the US they get it. But Hulu is affiliated with Fox, so this is the indication maybe that Disney might turn Hulu into their Disney subscription-based TV. So I mean that's been coming. So yeah, you're right, and I like this is why I made the pros and cons list, because like there are signs that like America's turning into quite a fucking weirdly powerful place that don't give a fuck about anything but money at the moment. And I don't mean that in any sort of way dig at anyone that lives in America, but like the way it's going at the moment, like there's big corporations just taking over, like and this is like it's a monopoly. It's the start of a monopoly of the movie industry. But I mean, it can't be that bad. They want to make money, so they're gonna tap into that fan base, aren't they? So watch this space. I mean, like we've got good things to come. If you're going to put Wolverine into the Avengers, if you're going to recreate Fantastic Four where people aren't poking and prodding the director to put their views across rather than his views, even though he's perfectly capable of making a decent movie, like, good things to come. I'm just a bit wary of this becoming a machine that just like with EA, with gaming, and like just finding ways to make money out of people, like
Yeah, I think this is if you actually look at the reasons why they want to do it, a circle full of people and one person making a decision of, okay, there is a company out there who owns half of the stuff that we should own.
Yeah,
that you hit the nail on the head with Hulu. Not that they couldn't just do a bespoke service themselves. I'm sure they could hire the people to put the infrastructure in, but okay, we buy them. First of all, we can afford to. So everything I'm about to say is plausible. So we can afford to do it. So we could get a service that is now called Hulu that we'd rebrand, and we could just repurpose it for our own sort of streaming services, all of that kind of stuff. We would get licenses to all of these Marvel characters that people are screaming out for, which is our, except Star Wars, maybe our biggest money maker. No, it's got to be more than Star Wars because of how much how often it comes about. And then if the residual effect of that is like, okay, and we're going to make, however much small percentage on every sale of every film that comes through, well, why not? It's a no-brainer. Put the bid in. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those decisions. I don't think anyone's got to be too worried about this. And to be perfectly honest, if I could rather have Disney making my X-Men films over Fox, fucking take the licenses. Yeah, see what you can do with it. Like, that's not saying I like my X-Men films, don't get me wrong, but Disney will do a better job of them. Trust me.
Are you going to be going to watch Jumanji?
Fuck off, am I watching Jumanji? How could you do that to my childhood?
I think it looks good, I do. I mean, it's going to get lots of shit because it's a reboot.
It's not a reboot, though, is it?
No, it's not a reboot. No, it's not. It's a sequel, but it is a way of rebooting the franchise. I mean, it was a huge movie in the 90s, but which had the spin-off cartoon, if you remember. I mean, I looked at the trailer, and it's getting a lot of shit at the moment. It's got 7.2 on IMDb, which isn't that bad. It's kind of that's an okay film.
Yeah.
But I think the trailer looks good. I'm not going to be able to go see it because I can't use my Cineworld card at the moment because of financial difficulties, which means I can't afford to go to the cinema, so I won't be able to watch it. But I think it looks good. I wouldn't mind watching it. But that's because I'm a big kid at heart. Like,
I think The Rock should have learned that when someone came up to me and said, "Right, we're looking to make another film called Welcome to the Jungle, and you're going to be the main character," I think his alarm bell should have gone off. His spidey senses should have come and gone, deja vu, that didn't work out too well last time.
I like that movie. I thought it was really cheesy and cheap and fun. I'm just looking at the cinema listings at the moment because I've been so busy, snowed in. I haven't had much time to other than to sit and watch Netflix. But I've got like Paddington 2. That's doing quite well.
We're not talking about Paddington 2, Al. Next.
No. Wonder, which looks good. It's got Owen Wilson in it. It's about a kid with a deformed face.
Yeah.
That looks really good. I wouldn't mind watching that. A good bit of drama. I don't mind that. A bit of a weepy. Daddy's Home 2. I watched the first one. I didn't like it the first time. I watched it yesterday for the second time. I actually enjoyed it more the first time. Yeah. Second time, sorry.
So I've seen Daddy's Home 2. It is really, really good.
Is it?
It's funny as hell, yeah. Really good.
Because I was worried about Will Ferrell. I have been worried about him for a while because he's just like reeling out movies at the moment. And I didn't want him to go down the Adam Sandler route where he's just making shit for the sake of it, you know. But
the thing with Daddy's Home is that his character is actually a little bit different. He's not completely overboard. He is just he's an innocent goofball in this. And yeah, he's as good as he ever is. Like I get what you're saying, because he's not to me he's not always funny, but he's not always funny in an Adam Sandler way. Like he doesn't try too hard. Sometimes it just misses the mark for me. Like, but he's awesome in this. Funny as fuck.
I like the dynamic between them two as well. The
Mark Wahlberg
and Wahlberg. They were great in The Other Guys. I love that movie. I've said that so many fucking times. And then you've got Ferdinand, which I think is the money that everyone was worried about because it didn't look like it was going to make it anywhere near the amount of money it took to make it.
Ferdinand, what's that? I've never heard of it.
An animated movie about a cow.
Okay.
Who's it made by? That's the trailer.
Is it like a Disney one or
Blue Sky?
Blue Sky. Is it? Were they the ones that made Rango? Because you got Disney, then you got DreamWorks, and then you've got another one that makes them that is like they've done it. The ones that they've done are good, but like no one knows who they are.
Should we Google it? Blue Sky. Let's have a look at that. But no, Ferdinand. It looks like a cow or a bull tries to be like a dog. And I was thinking, why would a bull want to be anything but a bull? All they get to do is fuck other cows. Like that's their job. Like they get to just shag anything. Blue Sky. Are you Googling it, are you?
No.
So Google doesn't go on a fucking...
The one thing I have learned, though, is as soon as you even Google anything, your voice goes crazy. Like, you start sounding like a robot. And you also get really pixelated. I hope that's just my video feed, not happening in real life. Otherwise, you need to see a doctor quick.
Oh, you're right. My connection's been shit.
Yeah,
I'm not going to Google it. It's not worth it. It's a film about a cow. Go and watch it. For fuck's sake, if not, then fucking who cares? Like, Ferdinand, the cow. Dog.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. If I'd have known what Ferdinand was, I wouldn't have asked, and I'd have put it in the same category as Paddington too.
Who gives a shit? Yeah, well, so I'm really sorry I don't have a lot for you. I mean, we can move on to Dickhead of the Week.
If you want to. Yeah, hit me up.
Dickhead of the Week. Okay, do you have one this week? I bet you don't. It's Jimmy Rose for not picking a Dickhead of the Week. I'm joking. No. My Dickhead of the Week is two, and it's two guys called Kevin and Bean, who do K-Rock's Kevin and Bean Show, which is a big radio station in LA.
I thought this would have been your Dickhead of the Week last week. I was wondering why, so you saved it.
I saved it because Ralph got... Okay, so let me explain. I'm a big Ralph Garman fan. I listen to Hollywood Babylon. I'm Garmy Strong. So Ralph Garman, who's on Family Guy, Babylon, and on the Kevin and Bean Show. He's been there for 18 years. There's lots of voices, really funny. The audience love him. And he just got shit canned in like 10 days. They told him like 10 days before he quit, we're firing you because of cuts. Number one, you're not allowed to talk about it on the show, and number two, you're not allowed to explain why once you've gone. And it's basically to cover their own backs. So he got shit canned. He told them he was leaving. K-Rock came out and said, they didn't say we were letting him go, we're firing him. They just said he's leaving the show, which made his audience think, why the fuck would he do that? Anyway, this has destroyed Ralph Garman. He's really upset. And in particular, it's not K-Rock, but Kevin and Bean. So Ralph has come out and explained everything that's happened recently on a show. And basically, his co-hosts, Kevin and Bean, of over 18 years, knew the whole fucking time. They knew the whole fucking time that he was getting shit canned. And these two fuckers have sat alongside Ralph Garman thinking, him thinking everything's hunky-dory, la-di-da-di-da. And them two have sat opposite him in a room just getting on with shit, knowing that they're not going to get fired, but their supposedly mate is going to get shit canned. And I just think that's really fucking callous. Like, I know it's Hollywood, and Hollywood is fucking notorious for being ruthless machine. But I just think, fucking hell, sometimes you've got to get some decorum and grow some balls. Do you know what I mean? I just really feel for Ralph. Like, I just wanted to I could have chosen something really political and do the normal shit I talk about, some bullshit. But I just thought I wanted to share my love for Ralph and call out Kevin and Bean for being complete fucking cock wobblers. I'm telling you. So there we go. That's my fucking dickhead of the week. And Jimmy for not picking a dickhead of the week for himself either.
My dickhead of the week. Let's see. I'm trying to think. No, I ain't got one.
You're not gonna no one that's pissed you off in the gaming world.
No, honestly, my week I've just been I've been Christmas shopping. So we went Christmas shopping the other day. We got up nice and early, got out, got there, and I made a point where it's like, right, we're going around, and we're not gonna just go around shopping constantly. We're gonna we'll come back, we'll pick that up later. We're like, right, we're going around, we're picking what we want, and we're fucking off home. We did the exact opposite, and yeah, we were there to like ridiculous amounts, like just stupid times right until when they close. I spent 120 quid on Christmas decorations.
See, you guys living the fucking dream.
I didn't know they were going to cost that much. No, it wasn't just that. Like that was loads of other stuff in there. But she was like, right, that'll be 120 quid. I was like, ah.
And then you're like thinking of putting it all back, and your missus just stood there next to you with puppy eyes, like, please. I did go around your house, and it does look lovely. And I've got to say, your banister for your stairs looks like it's been slid down by fucking Tinkerbell naked.
Yeah. That's not Tinsel's, that's Tinkerbell's arse hair.
It looks beautiful. Well done. You're very, very, very talented at doing the whole decorating thing. Did you see that I'd updated SuperHero Barfight list? I added another 10 onto the list. I'm going to keep going until we get fucking 1,000. Never mind 100.
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
I'll reel them out the new people, because I did share the list a while back. I'll share the new one. So 51, we've got Bucky Barnes. 52, Howard the Duck. 53, Marcus Phoenix from Gears.
Oh, yes.
And then it got me thinking, number 54, Paul Phoenix from Tekken. And then I went 55, Swamp Thing. And you can tell my train of thought here. Swamp Thing. And then 56, John Constantine. Mm-hmm. That's a good one. 57, the chicken from Family Guy, because I was writing about the show. Number 58, we got Harley Quinn. 59, Deadshot.
Yep.
And I need to correct my spelling on this because it's got headshot written here. And number 60, Elon Musk. My mind just wanders to the weirdest places.
Oh, okay.
I went from Harley Quinn, Deadshot to fucking Elon Musk.
I like how as well you made a point out of like, you'll see my train of thought here, guys. Clearly, you'll understand why I went from A, B, C, D, E. No, Al, we can't.
Well,
you're clearly having a stroke when you writ that.
Bucky Barnes, Howard the Duck, MCU, Marcus Phoenix, Paul Phoenix, that's similar. Swamp Thing, I'm going Justice League Dark, thinking Constantine. And then I was thinking about what I was writing about, fucking Wolverine fighting Family Guy, Chicken. And I thought, oh, fuck it, I haven't thrown Harley Quinn in yet. I don't dislike Harley Quinn, by the way. I love Harley Quinn as a character, but from like the DC, the Batman animated series Harley Quinn, that kicked ass, not the fucking slutty thing that people dress up in from that terrible movie. And then
you mean every single girl at Halloween in 2016?
And then I was thinking, oh, Harley Quinn fucked Deadshot in Assault on Arkham, so I thought Deadshot, and then Elon Musk because I thought, fucking hell, we need someone that's real but brilliant. So Elon Musk. So that's that.
Cool. Do you want to pick some?
Should we do one? Okay, with it. Get my number. I always do this. I always. So number 22 is Kingpin, Wilson Fisk.
Okay.
Versus Mr. Fantastic.
Okay, I've got a dickhead of the week. Hideo Kojima for still 3 fucking trailers for Death Stranding and not one bit of gameplay. Get making your fucking game, you pretentious Japanese prick, and stop putting out fucking CGI trailers, which Norman Reedus doesn't even know what's going on with that fucking baby. Stop being a fucking weird motherfucker. There we go. PlayStation people know what I'm on about. Anyone who watches
Jimmy's
Game
got
Awards.
some fucking editing to do on this
Right.
show.
Anyway.
They had to put that where it belonged.
No,
so, yeah,
I'm not putting that where it belongs. That's sticking right before SuperHero Barfight. SuperHero Barfight! Anyway, yeah, Kingpin versus who?
Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic. I don't know. Like, if you were Kingpin, you've got all those people at your disposal. You just send all your grunts in one after another, and what would happen is, you know, Mr. Fantastic would stop. You know, he'd be slapping people away to begin with, but what happens? Christmas lights, being as we were just on the subject, perfect example. You've got too many cables. What happens? You get tied in a knot. So what's going to happen is Mr. Fantastic, when he's about 30 people in, Kingpin's just going to be like, right, start running around like headless chickens. And he's just going to tie himself in a knot. Simple.
So they're in a bar. Wilson Fisk is sat in a corner on his own, drinking port while staring at the wall.
I don't think Wilson... See, I really don't think Wilson Fisk would be a port drinker. I think he'd drink the blood of his victims.
So it's like part vodka, part Spider-Man blood, part ice.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I mean, like, Kingpin is notorious for being an absolute fucking menace when he's released in the city, but ultimately just getting caught every fucking time. Like, even like, he's famous for running shit from prison. Like, I mean, yeah, you're right. He can send like his minions, I suppose we can call them, and all the bad guys. I mean, he's got loads of famous supervillain friends, hasn't he? So he could send anyone in. But if they're in a bar fight,
yeah, it's like, not be funny. Mr. Fantastic wouldn't have to beat Wilson Fisk. Like, just have to call the police. They just come in and arrest him.
Tie him up.
Yeah, he hasn't got any superpowers. That's the shit thing about Kingpin, is that he's a cool character in the grand scheme of things. But you put him up against... I don't think he should be in this list, 'cause I think it's unfair. If you put him up against any individual...
Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck could beat Wilson Fisk.
Yeah, you're right, he could.
Like, he actually could. He just bazooka him. What's Fisk gonna do? It's just like, hang on a minute while I fucking straighten up my my cuffs on my suit.
I would prefer like Plastic Man to be in here rather than Mr. Fantastic. I think Plastic Man would tie him up with his genitals. Like, he's that funny kind of stupid Deadpool-y type character. I would wrap my whole fucking collection of scrotum nuts and fucking dick around his fucking head, neck, and everything, and just leave my nuts dangling over his eyes, just to let him know that he's been tangled up by my dick. Like,
yeah, and then if that was sort of in that situation, then climb up to the roof and leave him sort of like hanging there like a predator trophy. But instead of by rope, just by like some massively elongated fucking nutsack wrapped around his neck. I think that's what's going to happen. I think whether it's Plastic Man or Mr. Fantastic, I'm sure Mr. Fantastic dick stretches the same as his hands does, so he can do that.
I think we should do another one. I think that one was pretty shit. Can we do another one?
Yeah,
please?
Let's do 2.
Let's do 2. I'll just close my number generator, so I'll do it again.
So we're going with Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic.
The guy can fucking figure out like how to get to different dimensions. Like Wilson Fisk can't figure out how to get out of fucking jail. Like it's just not even a fair fight.
40 versus 20. Oh, this is a good one. 40 is Groot versus number 21, which is the Terminator.
Groot versus Terminator.
No, hold on. 31, sorry, yes, the Terminator. It was Groot versus the Terminator. That's a great fight. Oh my god! So I think you got to give it the Terminator, haven't you?
Well, we haven't even discussed how we get there yet.
Okay, so first of all,
so if you say they're in a bar,
they're in a pub.
They're in a
in Ireland. They're in an Irish pub in Ireland.
On St. Patrick's Day.
So what we mean by bar fight is they're stood face to face. There's no plans. There's just like they just decided to break out into a fight. Okay, like the Terminator is an unstoppable force. Like I know.
He's not though, is he? That's the thing. He's supposed to be, but he's not. Every single time he's been stopped, how many films has he been in? He's barely unstoppable because he's been stopped so many times. We're on the 6th film now?
I had a chat with somebody on Reddit about somebody, they were talking Black Panther versus Groot.
Yeah.
And I was thinking Groot can root into everything. So I would like to give it to the Terminator because I think he's fucking badass. But ultimately, I just think Groot would root inside all his circuit boards and his armor and stuff and just pull him apart. Like he'd get shot a lot, he'd get blown up, and you can cut as much as you like off Groot. He's just going to keep respawning. And even when he made himself into a huge fucking hedge thing to stop the Guardians from dying, he still survived. So I just think yeah, that's how I'm going to go.
I think Groot versus the Terminator would be like watching the scene out of the Avengers 2 at the end, where they're on top of Sokovia, and they're like, "This is all you've got," and it's like, "Yes, this is all you have versus all I have," and all the fucking little robots start charging him, and it's just metal flying everywhere. It's gonna go down like that.
I think that you'd have to put in a chase because every Terminator movie has a fucking amazing special effects bonanza chase, like, so we'd have to have the Groot running down the road with his long legs or something, and Terminator chasing after him in a fucking school bus or some shit, like shooting his shotgun out the window, bam, 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 and then ultimately Groot just stops, stands still on the bus, just goes into it. Game over.
You know what? I can't be asked anymore. I'm just like, I've had enough of making this interesting. I'm just gonna kill you now.
I am Groot. And he's gone. I think if it was Baby Groot, whatever that shit that was on Guardians 2, I don't think that would be as good.
Well, it's a bit unfair. Excuse me. It's not really fair, really, putting Baby Groot up against anyone, really, is it? Except maybe Kingpin.
We should do a slobber knocker, like a 4 against 4, like, yeah. Well, that was
like a battle royale.
Yeah.
For the WWE Royal Rumble belt. Baby Groot, Kingpin, Terminator, and
Royal Rumble. Oh, that's what we should do. Oh my god, you give me a great idea. For a Christmas special for next week's show, we should do a Superhero Barfight Royal Rumble. Oh my god, we should so do this. Pick up 12 names. Let's do this, man. Oh, what do you reckon?
Yeah. I'm happy
Yeah?
doing that. I'm happy doing a Royal Rumble. Anyway,
Okay.
right, out of just the tag team fight that's going to happen right now, Kingpin and Terminator versus Groot and Baby Groot. Who wins?
It's got to be Groot. Groot would take both of them on. He'd just flatten Kingpin. He'd just be a fucking mess of fucking juice, skin and bones. At the same time, he'd have Terminator up in the air whilst rooting through his fucking circuit boards and shit, just breaking things. And
all the while, the camera's actually on dancing Baby Groot. It's just chilling out to some fucking hip 80s song.
Chasing I got a feeling. Okay, yeah. It wasn't very exciting, SuperHero Barfight. But you know what? I'm going to keep adding people onto it, and we're going to sort out this Royal Rumble. Oh my God, the artwork is going to be amazing.
It's going to be chaos. Anyway, yeah, that was a good little episode. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed envisioning Kingpin dying in several ways.
Yeah, I think we all want to see King. I want to see him. Like, the thing is, right, with Kingpin, you want to see him beat, but you don't want to see him die because you want to see him beat over and over again. He's kind of that character you despise. So you could kill him, but ultimately, I'd want to see his ass kicked as many times as possible. So
yeah, it'd be like getting rid of orcs out of the Lord of the Rings, wouldn't it? It's like, yeah, but that's your cannon fodder. Like,
yeah,
they're the people that you don't mind just being bitch slapped each episode. So
yeah, he's that character that keeps coming back for a reason. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to apologize for this week's show. I mean, we've been so busy, Christmas and all. We just gotta carry on, haven't we? And
make do with what you got. They should release more fucking films and trailers, and you should be able to go watch more films. And they should release some fucking release cheaper games. I can't buy Assassin's Creed, and I want to play Assassin's Creed so much.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks so amazing, but yeah, we went with Call of Duty. Oh, note on that. How are you liking that Christmas update?
I love Call of Duty. Brilliant. Yeah. Well, I haven't played the actual playlist yet. All I've got so far is the winter headquarters, which is just a tree, snow and snowing. It's literally the same headquarters, but it's quite cool. But I haven't played the new map or played with the new weapons yet, so I'll do that tonight and let you know how it is. Cool. But I'm killing on card. I mean, I get killed a lot. My KD is on 0.65, I think. I'm that bad.
Can't argue with that. Better than what I do.
I get it really good, and then my wife plays and she makes it really bad again.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Blame my wife.
All right, okay, we'll believe you. Don't believe him. Are we ending there?
Well, I want to speak to you about we should get a guest on next week. We should try and get someone on. I'll work my magic, see if I can get someone on, even if it's just Garrett or someone. I think we should.
Even if it's just Garrett,
even if it's just Garrett,
even if it's just him, just scraping the barrel. Just get some random scumbag off the streets on.
I'm sure Garrett's gonna love us. We'll speak about getting a guest on the show. You maybe speak to Xbot or someone. We can have a game. You want to talk about gaming next week, don't you?
Well, yeah, we'll get onto that. We'll hit up Facebook with plans for next week before we get to Promisey with what we're talking about. So yeah, cool. Anyway, see you next week, motherfuckers.
Peace out, bitches.
Alex is
Groot. Alex is Groot.
Alex is Groot.
I am Groot.
Kingpin and get his ass so whooped.